Hey guys, Bearded Viking Gamer here, and today I want to share with you my top 5 beat 'em ups for the Super Nintendo. Let's get started. Okay guys, at our number 5 spot is Super Double Dragon. This game takes place kind of like the other Double Dragon games that have been there for, the Nintendo and stuff beyond there. You have two characters. You have Jimmy is one of them, and the other one is Billy. And you always fight against this gang called the Shadow Warriors. The objective in this game is, to defeat all the enemies in there, and at the end of the stage, you will get a boss. This particular game, I like it a ton because of all the different weapon types that you get and everything. Like right here, I have the Chacos, and I'm taking them on here. I got a little bow staff. I mean, there's just tons of stuff. I think this particular game here on the Super Nintendo it's got like 7 stages in it, which is the casino here that you're seeing. There's an airport, a martial arts gym, a fight atop a moving truck, which is a blast. City slum, a forest, and a hideout where the main boss is here. Right here you can see us going up some elevators and things. Alright guys, at my number 4 spot is Knights of the Round. Now, this game was released by Capcom, which you'll see a couple of titles on here that are Capcom titles. They make excellent games, tons of fun to play. The replay value is excellent on these. This game in particular was an arcade game based off of King Arthur and then, the Knights of the Round Table. I picked Percival here because he's got a big axe. He's a blast to play with. What you do here is, as you're beating these guys up, they'll drop, tons of gold and things like that. There's tons of pickups in this game versus some of these other titles in here. This game is a little bit of everything on here. You'll see the bosses drop a ton of things. Each of the levels upgrades your guy. It's kind of a weird the way this game works is after you beat a boss on here, you get like a level advancement, kind of like a role-playing game in a way. You can upgrade your armor and weapons, as you'll see here when I take down Scorn. Let's see here. Yeah, he's coming in here. He's giving me a little time. They're throwing some more guys at me here. Not too worried about that. I'm going to take him out. Alright, and there's our clear time, our time bonus, and things like that. And here you're going to see this level advancement. There's a little bit on my level 2, and once that gets to the top, you can peek out and do a little more things. Alright, number 3 on the list is King of Dragons. Okay, this game, also another Capcom title. There we are. Got a cool stage loading there. Always love these titles on these old games. So you have a choice there of 5 different characters. You have your elf, your wizard, your fighter, your cleric, and your dwarf, which, since I've got a long red beard, I'm going to do the dwarf. And we're going to do dwarf. And here, so your 5 characters you can choose from, you get to travel through the kingdom of Malice, okay? And defeat the monsters that have taken over, as well as their leader, the Red Dragon Gildas. This game also features a level advancement system. There's these little orbs like this thing here. Oh, that's weird. I'm gonna just push right through there. Yeah, you take out those orbs, these fires starts popping up out of the floor. It's a awesome time killer. You just get in through and just smash buttons and just defeat these guys. We're gonna take on this little mini boss here. The levels are not very long at all. For some of these bosses you can just defeat, I've cut some stuff out of this video, but these bosses aren't very long either. Just a ton of fun value in these. This guy's going to drop here. We got him one more bar left here. Let's take him out and show you the next set here. And it's cool. The dwarf defeated the Orc King. And it pauses for a second, then it'll kick it back out and drop me a ton of goodies. Yeah, let's just pick all these babies up. There we go. Level 2. Now it's going to travel to a world map on here. We'll drop us to our next stage here. I'm going to just jump right into the enemy here so you can see this boss. This is a cool little boss battle at the very end of that second stage that I just showed you here. This guy's... It's cool, the little cutscenes that they do while you're battling in here. And there's tons of them. You'll start to eventually get horses in here. There's just so much you can do as far as just battling it, and watch as you can drop it to a second stage here. Very cool. Back then, I mean, this stuff was... Not a ton of this was around. And dropping him in here. He's got 3 more bars. Let's see if we can take some more out here. He's going to try ramming me here. There we go. Dropping him. I'm just going to pause here. Yeah. Alright. Dropped him. Give me them goodies. It's always rewarding when you get that again. Alright. Number 2. Final Fight 2. Another Capcom title, guys. I'm telling you, they just don't make bad games. So much fun. This Final Fight was excellent as well. After the destruction of the Mad Gear Gang, Metro City slowed returned to normal. Cody and Jessica went on a vacation together, and Guy went back to his training schedule. Hager also returned home. See, Hager in this one was the mayor in the first one there. And they kidnapped his daughter, and you go back and, you know, wreak havoc on this gang. That beginning cut intro scene that you saw there, where it was paused and shows him going through the window, that was the final boss in the first one. So it's cool to have a continuation right off after that, after this game was released coming straight in. Haggard, if you haven't played any of these games before, is a big boy. That guy can just tear it up. He reminds me of a wrestler back in the day with his moves, how he does his spinning hammers and he just conking people on the heads. It's very, very rewarding to be him. It's a lot of fun just beating the crap out of these guys. Look at the size of that dude, man. Haggard's a big boy. In the first one, that's the only one you could play as. In this game, you have 3 total people. You have Hager, you have, I think it's Mackie, or Makai, I don't know how to say her name, and then Carlos is the other one there. The chick tears it up, though, too. But I always go as Hager, man. He's a big boy. This one's got a little Easter egg in here too. If you notice in the background as you're smashing through these guys here, this is right on the first stage. Dropping through, it's totally like a wrestler move. Look at that. Just sucker punch these guys. Pick up that boombox and keep rolling. Alright, so yeah, let's show you here. Coming up in the background as we're taking these guys on here. Skipping through. Let's take this guy on here. Drop you and headbutt. And as you move through, let's see here. So let me go now. Right there in the background, you notice who's eating that bowl of ramen right there? That's Chun-Li from Street Fighter 2. That's totally her get up and everything. And, I never realized that as a kid. But playing this later, I'm like, I can't believe I've never realized that before. She's just chilling back there. Let's drop these guys here. Let's move in here. Let's show you guys a little drop. Come on, there we go. Alright. Give my baton here. Dropping you, sucker. If you guys ever get a chance to play these, you ought to do them for sure. I'm sorry about the screen there blinking that on you. That's just the way I was recording it off of a camera here. The refresh rate's different, so that black line going down the screen isn't in the actual game there, so it is just a regular screen that you guys would see. Alright, we're just jumping into this boss here. We'll go up these stairs, kick it in here, speed running it. Alright, there's this guy. Wan. Drop this guy out. Taking him out of the docks here. Imagine running into that dude in the alley. Jeez. Damn. Take a big guy out like that with one punch. Whew. Yeah, let's drop this guy here. Yeah, some of these, they don't give you a chance. You get up off the ground, boom, you're getting hit again. You gotta just take your chances and run with it. Drop this guy here, we got him down. If you notice, his health was green when it was starting in there. The more you hit him, the health starts to change color, and then once it goes to the yellow, that's when it will start dropping. There we go, he's defeated. Now we're gonna jump out this stage and start into number 1.5, because I got to give you guys 6 games on here. This is a fun one here. I told you guys 5, but I'm gonna throw this one in there. Can't give you number 1 yet, because this one's too fun. Batman Returns. This game, man, okay, so we're heading in here. As you can see there, you're in the Batmobile. There's stages on there where, so you have your beat 'em up here. There's stages where you're driving the car further in. I mean, it changes it up to where it's not a full-on beat 'em up the whole game. When you're driving the car around, that's a stage on there, and just makes it a ton of fun. It changes it up so it's not just constant punching and kicking and flying. When you're able to jump in that Batmobile, it makes it really, really fun here. You got these guys tormenting all these citizens here. Let's jump in here. Take this dude down here. Oh, come on here. Going down, fool. There we go. Yeah, let's take these guys down. Yeah, now this here is Batman, basically off the second movie. You have the Penguin and all of his men, which a lot of the circus acts, which is tons of cool stuff to go through. You got some of these big heavy clowns. These guys are the skinny ones. Starting it out, you'll start to see some different guys here. After I take this dude out here, get through this. Let's see, there you go, sucker. And just drop me. Batman. Alright. There we go. This has, if you walk into them, you can smash them into windows. Look at that. Just, oh man, that's cool. Having a little disruptive environment. This game's got a little of everything. You know, there's a couple different Batman games on the Super Nintendo. You have to make sure you get Batman Returns, because Batman Forever, not the same game at all. Not nearly as fun either. Batman Returns is where it's at for beat 'em up. And it went under, I've skipped this when I was younger, finding it later and seeing how fun it was. Obviously loving Final Fight and all those. When I saw this, I was like, oh, where was I when this came out? I never rented it at a Blockbuster or anything like that. Look at these guys, these demons down there, fire breathers. If you can give them a chance here, I'll try to take them out before they can breathe any fire on me. But it's just very cool costumes and things. There he goes, just gonna try to get it right there. Yeah, you're going in the window, buddy. Window shopping. There we go. Alright. through. Here's those bigger guys. These start to get more health on them the further you start to get in there. Showing you what the colors changing on their names. You have to start hitting them a lot more getting further into this game, and they keep doing that jump and where they sit on you, and it starts to get real annoying. And you want to take those guys out first. You start to couple them with these guys on the motorcycles. So you just take out Evil Knievel right there. Drop him. Alright, busting into the second stage here. Here's yet another guy. And these guys tossing the fire sticks in here. And they're out, still, so you have to jump. These ones are using your batarangs now to they just throw a whole bunch of different things in these stages. That's what I like a lot about it. It changes it up so much. Like I was telling you, you're in the Batmobile on one stage. Right here you have, in essence, your batarangs to hit for ranged damage instead of just jumping and kicking them. Just there was a whole bunch of different things in there. I like it a lot. We're going to come up to the boss here, holding her hostage. Let's drop here and there. Come on. Yeah, he does this deal in here. Jumping backwards, smack me in the face. Going down. Almost got him. There he goes. Yeah, get that double fall. That's so dramatic. Look at that. Alright, this brings us here to number 1, guys. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time. Has to be number 1. Especially sitting there with, oh yeah. Gosh, it's just so sweet. Oh, bugger. Alright. Let's see, Raph, Donatello, Mike, and let's do this. I'm going to be Leonardo. Alright. Gosh, damn, this doesn't bring back memories. Shredder's going down. Big Apple 3 AM. Now this one has, if you've never played this before, this, you can, the same feature as you're walking into the guys, you will grab them. And if you hold forward while you're hitting your attack button, you can fling them at the screen. And it's very cool because there's a stage on here where you are battling Shredder, and he's in a machine and he's got a big windshield in front of him. And the only way to take him out as he's shooting at you is to fling him at the screen. So you have to fling him at the screen, bust his windshield, and then you're able to take him. It's a very neat, innovative way of taking a boss down. To come in and be flinging him at the screen like that and cracking the screen. You can actually see the screen cracking on there as you keep throwing the guys out there, which makes it really neat. Alright. I'm going to take these guys out here. And it starts to get clustered up here when you got a second player in there playing with you too, and you guys got to watch out for each other, especially with the laser beams coming in there. And these wrecking balls keep dropping in here, which does affect those guys too. If you can knock them into them as this thing's dropping, you can take them right out. Hit that little shiny star right back at him. Taking me out, sucker. Alright. Get that pizza, get that health back up. Each stage does have your different bosses in it right here. We got Baxter, and the goal here is to knock him out with his wings here so he lands up on the ground, and then you want to run up and attack him, but you keep spamming that machine gun on me. I'll get him. I'll get him. There we go. Come on. Come on. This game is such good replay value on her. You'll start to play it over and over, and you'll start to memorize the sayings before each stage, things like that. Let's drop this guy here. And this one, every single boss on these ones, how he's starting to blink red now. They'll start to blink faster the closer you get them to death here. And let's see, there we go. Now we're getting him. He's gonna start blinking more. Now he's really starting to go here. Come on. Come on. Going down, Baxter. There it is. It's dropping. Boom, over the railing. Gone. It's cleared. Alright. Second stage here. Show you some of that. Alley Cat Blues. And you hit these fire hydrants, you see how it shoots that little cap off the end. It's cool. You can shoot it kind of like a gun in a way. Use it only once, but cool feature. You knock them out if they're coming at you on that side. Do the same thing when they hop out of the sewers. You can hit the sewer lid back right at them and take the guy out that chucked it at you. But then you got to be careful because of the sewer hole that you drop down inside there. There, you're flinging these guys at the screen now. Just fling a couple more here at you to show you. That's what you end up doing for one of the boss battles, which is super neat. You guys get a chance to get this game, you need to pick it up for sure. There he is coming out here. Oof. Yeah. There we have it, guys. Here is the top 6. I threw an extra one in there for you. Because I had to, man. Batman Returns. I want to thank you guys very much. This is Bearded Viking Gamer. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a comment down below.